I want to talk about this map right here. This is what, this is the UN logo because it's the North Pole azimuthal equidistant map. And it's divided. What's the penny hoarding song? I'm not sure what that is. It's divided into 33 sections. If you count up all these sections, you've got 32 plus the center, 33 Masonic sections on the North Pole azimuthal map. I believe this is the true map of the Earth. Nothing has really led me to believe otherwise. Now, a lot of people, they like to say, that's not a flat Earth map. That's an azimuthal map. That's just an azimuthal map. You can make an azimuthal map originating from any place on Earth. So basically, an azimuthal map puts any location on Earth in the center and then starts projecting outwards from that point. This particular azimuthal map is the North Pole azimuthal map. So this is the only azimuthal map that has the North Pole in the center. You could project an azimuthal map that has Texas in the center. But then the North Pole would not be at the center, and the North Pole would not be, the Polaris would now be off center, and Polaris would be moving. This is the only map where Polaris is going to be located over the North Pole and stationary as all the other stars circle around it. Now, here's the thing. If the Earth, and if there's any globers watching this, just think outside the box for a second, okay? Hypothetically, let's pretend the Earth is flat, okay? Just accept that for a second if you're a glober. Just accept the Earth is flat for this scenario. If the Earth is flat and maps are a projection of a flat surface, okay? So this is a projection of a flat surface, and there's an infinite number of azimuthal maps you can make. You can make an azimuthal map that puts any location on this map in the center, okay? Which means that one of these infinite azimuthal maps will be the truth. One of them has to be the actual map. If the Earth is flat, there is one azimuthal map that is the real map. One of the infinite possibilities of azimuthal maps has to be the actual one if the Earth is flat and the map is based on a flat Earth. So which azimuthal projection is the correct one? The one that has the North Pole in the center and Polaris stationary over the center. This particular azimuthal map is unique in every single way compared to the other azimuthal maps. This is the only azimuthal projection that's going to have Polaris stationary over the North Pole, not moving. This map is not as distorted as you think. You're the one who's been looking at distorted maps this whole time. You're the one who's been looking at the Mercator maps that the teachers pull down. You're the one who's been looking at the globe your whole life. It's you. You're the one who's looking at the distorted map, not this thing. There are videos on YouTube. Go to one of the best flat Earth channels out there right now. It's called Don't Sphere the Truth. I don't know who's the owner operator of this channel. I believe he takes clips from all over the place and kind of makes like compilation videos. It's called Don't Sphere the Truth, and he's got so many amazing videos. A lot of the things that I can't articulate and I can't explain will be explained on that channel. No, you couldn't. The Mercator map is a retarded way to travel. Like, look at what a flight path looks like on a Mercator projection. When you're on an airplane and they're showing you your flight path on the back of the seat in front of you on the TV screen, on the back of the seat in front of you. When you look at a flight path on the Mercator map, it's retarded. Yeah, because you think because the world is a globe. No, because the Earth is this. Take any flight path. Take any flight path that they show you on a Mercator projection, and it shows you that big loop. Plot it on this map, and you will get a straight line every time. Every time. So I had a client. He's in India. He's in Bombay, formerly Bombay, now known as Mumbai, right? I believe it's on this side of India. Yes, Stacking Kid, except there's one problem with that. They never go under the South Pole. They never do great circle routes that cut the South Pole. They always go over the North Pole. They never fly over the South Pole. On a globe, they fly great circle routes, but they never go the South Pole direction. They always fly over the North Pole. So like I was saying, I had a client who was in Mumbai, Bombay, whatever you want to call it. And he had to get to Newark, New Jersey. And there was some sort of restriction. There was some airspace over here. And it was supposed to be a direct flight from India to Newark. So this is the flight path. And this is what they do in real life. They go in a straight path. And they didn't have enough fuel to make this flight because apparently they had a route around Pakistan. So he sent me a message from United Airlines or whatever airline he was on that said, because of airspace restrictions in Pakistan, we're going to have to make a stop in Germany. Now, why are they going to stop in Germany on the way to Newark? Because he's here, he's going here, it's a straight line, and Germany is, I forget what city in Germany, it might have been Berlin, I'd have to look at the screenshot, but I'm not going to be able to do that while I'm live streaming, but how about this? I will post that screenshot of the message from the airline saying that they're going to make a pit stop in Germany on their flight from India to Newark. Bro, the South Pole is not always the shortest distance. If you're going from Australia to the tip of South America, the shortest distance would be cutting the pole on the bottom. Stop making rationalizations. You're rationalizing, and you're not doing a good job because great circle routes are great circle routes, and sometimes the quickest way is going to be to cut the South Pole. It's not any longer, especially if you're talking about the tip of Australia to the tip of South America, and they don't do it. They don't do it. You know what they do? When they fly from India, to Newark, they stop in Germany because it's a straight line. Because every flight path that I've ever seen, when mapped out on this map, becomes a straight line. When I flew from Newark, New Jersey to the Middle East, straight line. We flew right over Europe, right here, Northern Europe. Straight line every time. Always a straight line. Always a straight line. A lot of people think that I live in New Jersey on the Jersey Shore, right? Somewhere like right here. Now, a lot of people think that when you're facing the horizon, when you're at the Jersey Shore and you're facing the ocean horizon, people think that if you swim straight out towards the horizon, which they assume is east, people think they would reach Europe by swimming straight out towards the horizon, leaving the Jersey Shore. People think they would reach Europe, which is over here. Okay? Yet when they fly to Europe, they go north up the North American coastline and then close to the North Pole. They kind of touch near Greenland here, and they go to England that way. That's how they fly to Europe, from here to here, straight line. But people, globetards, or sheeple, I should say, the sheeple in New Jersey, or anyone who's visiting New Jersey, they think that if they look out straight from the Jersey Shore and they look straight out towards the horizon, they think they would swim to Europe. And the truth is, you would probably reach Brazil if you went in a dead straight line. You'd probably reach the tip of Brazil. And look how sweet this is, by the way. This is a wood engraving of the flat Earth. This is raised. This is textured. You can order one on eBay. There's a guy on eBay who makes these custom, and I had him make this for me. And then, give me 1 second. 2 seconds, 2 seconds. So what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to cast, this map is not distorted. This is the truthful map, bro. Trust me, I have a lot more time looking into this map than you do. You're trying to debate me without looking at both sides of the debate. You have to learn both sides of the debate before you can enter a debate, because even if you're right, if you don't learn both sides of the debate, you will lose the debate. And you're losing right now. So this is the original one. The guy had his machine, his laser engraver, hit this thing. And this one, the texture is not a lot. It's almost flat. Okay? So what he did was, because I'm trying to use this to cast flat Earth silver bullion. Yo, Stacking Kid, before you leave, I want to tell you, I'm going to use these. I'm going to use this to try to cast silver bullion. This would be a 6-inch diameter silver or copper round. So I had the guy do this and then hit it with the laser again. So hitting it with the laser twice, 2 passes with the laser, made it a lot more textured. And this is about as textured as any coin would be. And I believe, I'll be able to make a mold using this. First, I'm going to have to cut a piece of wood into a 6-inch diameter circle and maybe 1 or 2 inches thick, and then glue it so that I have a thicker coin. I have a thicker hockey puck. I want it to be like this big. Once I do that, I'll be able to make my mold, and hopefully all this texture comes out really nicely in the Petrobond. Hopefully I could capture this detail and then pour copper and silver bullion. I think that would be sweet. I think that would be really sweet. So, like I said, the North Pole azimuthal map is unique in every way compared to the other azimuthal maps. Like, if you were to make a South Pole azimuthal map, that would make Polaris circling the rim of the map. If you were to make a New Jersey azimuthal map, that would put Polaris off center, and that would make Polaris make some sort of small circle. The only projection that puts Polaris over the North Pole, over the center of the map, and at the center of the zodiac wheel, the circle of stars, is this map. This map is not like other azimuthal projections. I can't stand it when globetards claim that this is not a flat Earth map, that this is just an azimuthal projection. Now, I came across a video earlier today. The video is about 9 months old, though. So don't hate me for debunking or responding to a 9-month-old globetard video, but I think I'm about to do that right now live on the live stream because I have some more time to kill, and it wasn't even hard. That's why I'm going to do it, because literally it wasn't even hard. 57 people in the live stream. That's a decent amount. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm pulling YouTube up on my desktop. Oh, here, you know what we could do? This is my flat earth clock. It kind of broke, or maybe the batteries died when I moved. It's not quite the right map, but it's a 24-hour clock, not a 12-hour clock. No, the coordinate system works like a bullseye, like a dartboard. It doesn't work like a globe. You ever ask yourself why there's no east or west pole? Longitudes all go through the pole, but the latitudes don't. They change in size. No one ever pondered that. But this is my flat Earth clock, and this was given to me for free, no questions asked, by David Weiss, deep inside the rabbit hole. DITRH. I don't know if that's code for sodomy. He is a Jew. I really don't know, but cool dude gave me this flat Earth clock, and that was about the time I invented the flat Earth clock app. Yes, it was me. It was I. It was I. I'm the one who came up with the Flat Earth Map app. The Flat Earth Map app. I could write a song about the Flat Earth Map app. Should I sing another song? I kind of fucked up Nirvana because I didn't really know that song that well. I just wanted to sing a Flat Earth song. My bad. All right. YouTube's up. Man, there's so many ads. So even within. Hold on, before I respond to the idiots in this video, let me respond to the idiot troll who's been trolling my channel for 3 or 4 years, Requiem for a Dream. So, Stinky Cash, if someone looks south from South America, someone looks south from Africa, and someone looks south from Australia, how can they all see the same South Celestial Pole stars? Okay, let's say the Southern Cross is here. This is the Southern Cross. It's located right here, right above here, right? And then someone in South Africa is looking south, looking at the Southern Cross. Well, the stars circle. So when the stars circle and the Southern Cross reaches here, now someone in South America can look south and look at it. When it circles and it gets to here, now someone in Australia can look south to look at it. But they can't look south at the exact same moment in time and all see the same Southern Cross. That's impossible because not all 3 locations are in darkness at the same time. No, you can't. It's not nighttime in all 3 locations. You fucking troll. You can only see stars at night. How can all 3 people see the same constellation at the same exact moment in time if it's not nighttime in all 3 locations? You fucking globe moron. Oh, you could see the stars during the day with the proper equipment. Oh, okay. But that's not what you fucking retards argue. No, dude, you're the one who shows you're stupid because you've been trolling Flat Earth channels. You've been trolling Flat Earth channels for 4 years. 4 years. This is your profession. And it's always fallacious. Okay, We're going to watch this stupid fucking video called 20 Questions for Flat Earthers, or 20 Questions Flat Earthers Can't Answer. 20 questions that flat earthers can't answer. I'm a flat earther. I'm a flat earther, and I'm about to answer all 20 of these questions. Let's go for it.
To be some kind of spiritual, mystical force of magic. It was a false conclusion that intuitively seemed correct, but brought with it a host of other problems, assumptions, and unanswered questions. If you lack scientific literacy, it's easy to postulate far-fetched alternative explanations for how the universe works. They seem intuitive, but as with the magician, they bring with them a host of other problems, contradictions, assumptions, and unanswered questions. Maybe you've seen a flat Earth conspiracy video or read a compelling anti-science blog post.
See how he's going, that we don't understand science, we're anti-science, it's a conspiracy theory. See this? See the kind of language and the kind of mind control propaganda they're using before the video even starts? We haven't even reached the 20 questions yet, but he's setting you up. He's setting you up with different fallacies to make you feel stupid if you question it.
But before you dive head
and remember, this is 20 questions for flat earthers that we can't answer.
Several other pro-science, skeptically minded content creators, I've put together a list of questions for you to think about. When you're done watching this, I highly recommend that you go check out and subscribe to their channels as well. You won't be disappointed.
My question is this, to those who expect to see some kind of curvature on a globular Earth with their eyes, what exact kind of curvature are you expecting to see? If you're talking about the kind of curvature that goes away from us and over the horizon, then that would be indiscernible. It would look the same as a flat Earth because you can't see things that are under the horizon. If you're talking about a kind of curvature where if you were to follow the horizon from left to right, that you would see some kind of curvature downwards, just follow that to its logical conclusion. Do a 360 spin on the spot. Where does that horizon end up?
Okay, so this wasn't even really a question. This was this guy trying to make a comment and somehow concocted into a question. But what this guy is saying is something that flat earthers already know. In fact, this is something that Math Powerland has said in Flat Earth YouTube video about 5 years ago. This is something that I said in a Flat Earth YouTube video a couple months ago. And he's trying to say that on a globe, you wouldn't see curve in the horizon from left to right in the frame because the curve is only going away from you. And that's exactly what flat earthers understand. It's globetards that don't understand this. It's the globetards who are constantly saying that they see curvature from an airplane. They're the ones who are constantly citing video footage from high altitude balloons and saying, look, here's the curvature. And they're showing left to right curvature from the GoPro wide angle lens distortion. So what this guy is trying to claim, what flat earthers say, is actually what the globetards say. It's the globetards who are constantly saying that they could see curvature. Curvature from left to right in the frame like this. And what this guy is saying is absolutely right. You would never see curvature like this because then there would be no horizon behind you. The horizon, even on a sphere, is a flat line all around you. The difference between the flat earth and a sphere is on the flat earth, the horizon remains in the same place, eye level, and on a sphere, it's constantly falling. So this guy has basically set up a straw man, and the point he's trying to make, he's preaching to the wrong crowd. You need to be telling the globetards this. People look at the left to right curvature in the Red Bull jump and say that that's the curvature of the earth. Flat earthers don't. Flat earthers understand curvature. You're preaching to the wrong crowd. Let's move on to the next question.
Match up to where you started. That makes no sense whatsoever either. Even if you were high enough up to see some kind of curvature, all it would be is looking down and seeing the entire Earth beneath you.
Exactly.
And any globe from one particular point of view, because of the perspective, is indistinguishable from a flat disk. In other words, nobody has ever claimed that the kind of curvature you're expecting to see is what you would expect to see on a globular.
Thousands of globetards thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of globetards have made the claim that you just said they don't claim. Globetards are constantly claiming that they see curvature of the earth, left to right in the frame. Cartoon man, you're preaching to the wrong choir. This is a stupid question. This is a stupid question. It's not even a question.
Or even that it's possible. Although I will say that it's a damn sight more possible than a flat Earth.
If you honestly want to believe that the Earth is flat, I'm not going to stop you, but I would like to ask, if you want to convince any of us, especially those of us that are at least moderately science-minded, could you please provide a working model, a full-scale working model of the flat Earth, with accurate predictions and measurements that follow through on that scale?
Okay, let's touch on that real quick. Let me go back so I get those words back on the screen. Here's the problem with this question. Number one, not having a working model doesn't make it not true. So fallacious logic, okay? But let's see what he's asking us to do right here. Let's see what these words say. I want to get them.
Predictions and measurements.
Okay. Predictions for solar eclipses, predictions for equinoxes, predictions for Halley's Comet, which would never be on a cycle in a heliocentric random universe. And how big and distant are the sun and moon? All these predictions were able to be made long before the heliocentric model was conceived. The ancients were predicting eclipses using what's known as the what's that cycle called? I can't remember what it's called. Starts with an S. Fuck. They were making predictions. Yeah, the Soros cycle. Thank you. They were able to make these predictions using the Soros cycle long before the heliocentric model was conceived. Think about that. So this is all a fallacy right here. So number one, not having a working model doesn't make it not truth, right? There's a lot of things that humans don't understand that are truth. And I had the George Soros cycle. And they don't use the heliocentric model to make these predictions. This guy is assuming that they have some sort of like heliocentric model in a computer system that they use to make these predictions. They don't. They use the Soros cycle. So this question, which again is not even really a question, completely fallacious. And it's based on ignorance and arrogance.
Follow through on that scale. And no, I don't mean the UN map.
What, the most truthful map we have?
Astronomical bodies like other planets, their orbiting moons, the sun, other stars. Why is it that they're all spherical and the laws of gravity apply to them, but the Earth is somehow the odd one out?
Those wandering stars that you call planets, those aren't Earth-like terra firma planets. Those are lights in the sky. Known as wandering stars, they don't make the same pattern as the fixed stars. And they don't have the gravitational force that you're saying. And it's a complete fallacy to say, I look up in the sky and I see balls. Therefore, Earth is a ball. That's a fallacy. That is like saying, the light bulbs above my head are spherical, therefore the earth beneath my feet is spherical. The floor of my house is spherical because the light bulbs above my head are spherical. Lights are lights. Earth is earth. One produces lights. It's meant for signs, seasons, days, and years. The other is meant for living upon. It's terra. This is all based on assumptions. This is all based on assumptions and just built-in assumptions into your premise. Built-in assumptions right into your premise. You're assuming that what you see in the sky are big rocks like the Earth. And then you're assuming that the Earth is a sphere because the circles you see in the sky you think are spheres. It's not valid logic to say, I see balls in the sky, therefore Earth is a ball. not sound or valid logic.
If gravity comes from the Earth constantly accelerating upward,
Oh, this is
not
my
just
favorite.
moving quickly, but actually constantly accelerating, where is this infinite source of energy that's propelling it?
Okay. No flat earther in the history of the flat earth movement, no flat earther ever claims that gravity is created by a rising earth disk accelerating upwards to create a force of gravity. Nobody claims that. That is a straw man. That is a complete straw man created by the Flat Earth Society. The Flat Earth Society are not real flat earthers. They're people who believe in the globe who created it to mock flat earthers, and they create straw men theories that are easily debunked.
If gravity comes from the Earth constantly accelerating upward, not just moving quickly, but actually
No flat earther claims this. Not Mark Sargent, not Eric Dubay, not Math Powerland, not Jeranism, not Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole, not anybody on Glowbusters, not Don't Sphere the Truth, not the Morgue Guile, not myself. You name a flat earther on YouTube. There is not a single one of us who claims that gravity is created by a rising flat earth disk. Why are you debunking straw men? Why are you asking questions based on straw men? What does that say about you? What does that say about you? Flat earthers attribute gravity to density, buoyancy, and electromagnetism. Nobody has ever said that the Earth disk is rising in space. Every flat earther I've ever met says the Earth is stationary and fixed, and it's not floating in space. That's another straw man fallacy that you've created. You believe in spheres floating upon nothing in outer space. That's not what the flat Earth is. That's not what flat Earth is. There's no such thing as a zero-G plane. There are only planes that simulate what zero-G would feel like. That doesn't make it a zero-G plane, you fucking moron. Why is this troll in the chat? How do you ban trolls from the chat? It's about to happen. Requiem, you're fucking gone. Put user in timeout. Boom! You're in timeout, motherfucker.
accelerating, where is this infinite source of energy that's propelling it?
We've had 4 questions. We've had 4 bullshit questions that I've been able to answer, and it's been nothing but fallacies.
Why do time lapses of stars rotate in different directions in the northern and southern hemispheres, fitting perfectly with the perspective we would expect for a rotating round Earth?
Okay, that's my favorite. Okay, so the guy ended his question saying that these star trails that go in opposite directions at the North and South Pole, he's saying that these match exactly what we would observe on a rotating sphere. The problem is, the Earth isn't just spinning. The Earth doesn't just spin 1,050 miles per hour. The Earth also orbits the sun at 66,600 miles an hour, while chasing the sun across the galaxy at 500,000 miles per hour, as the galaxy is traversing the universe at God knows what ridiculous speed. You would never see perfectly circular star trails in this model. This is not what you would observe in the model that you currently preach. Now, there are YouTube channels that explain why you see this. I'm not capable of putting it into words at this moment in time. I'm not even going to try to explain Southern Hemisphere stars. I've never been to the Southern Hemisphere. I'm not getting into that in this video. But I can debunk this question by saying this is not what you would see on the model that you're proposing. Maybe if the Earth didn't orbit the sun and all the Earth did was spin, maybe you could pull this off. But when you add in all the other motions, you would never see circular star trails. Never. Never. Stacking kids, stop rationalizing. I'm going to put you in timeout.
Fitting perfectly with the perspective we would expect for a rotating round Earth.
No, it doesn't.
If NASA's part of a global conspiracy, the Earth's flat, and the moon landings never happened, then how come anybody with a high-powered laser can bounce light off of retroreflectors that the astronauts left on the moon?
Okay, another outstanding fallacy regurgitated by globetards. Do some scientific history. Do some research into the history of the science that you worship. They were bouncing lasers off the moon long before they claimed to have gone to the moon and placed reflectors on it. The moon does not require reflectors to bounce lasers off of it. They've been doing that since before they went to the moon. So this is a fallacy that because you can bounce lasers off the moon, there must be reflectors on there when it doesn't require reflectors. And then because there must be reflectors up there, that proves we went there. You're a redneck retard.
If climate change melts the Antarctic ice wall, will all the water fall off the edge? Or
did you hear what that guy just said? If global warming, fallacy, falsehood, not real. If global warming melts all the ice in Antarctica, would all the water fall off the edge of the Earth? God damn, these people are stupid.
if climate change melts the Antarctic ice wall, will all the water
Look,
fall?
okay, so they're showing you a flat Frisbee disc floating in outer space. Fallacy. That's not what flat earthers believe. This is not how the flat earth model works. This is not how the Bible describes the flat earth. And look, they can't even lay the continents out in the right, like why, if they're going to make a circular flat earth disc, how come they didn't lay out these continents like the UN map? How come they had to lay it out like a Mercator projection? Because they don't want you to see the UN map. They don't want you to see how the continents are supposed to be laid out. So they're constantly showing you straw men. They know what our map looks like. The globetards know what our flat earth map looks like, yet they never use it in their thumbnails. They never use it in their straw men. They will always show you these straw men. Look, this is a Mercator projection on a flat disk with a curved top, floating in outer space. No flat earther believes this. And on top of that, Antarctica is not simply ice. Antarctica is a physical landmass that has ice on top of it. Oh my God. It's like fallacy on top of fallacy on top of fallacy. We're 7 questions into 20. Literally, 7 questions into 20. I've answered all 7, and every single one of them has had multiple fallacies in it. If the Earth is a globe and you people...
Will we be swarmed with white...
If the Earth actually is a globe and you people are as smart as you say, and science is so important to you and you want to use sound logic, why do you use so many fallacies? Why can't you learn both sides of the debate before entering the debate? Why do the globetards constantly lose debates to flat earthers? Constantly.
Why from the southern hemisphere do images of the moon appear upside down? And you can verify the change if you drive north and south, traveling, taking pictures of the moon. You can see that change as you move to the other side of the Earth. How do flat earthers explain that?
Pretty fucking easy, and I've heard people explain this for literally years. Literally years! Let me put the camera down real quick. Here's my moon. See my moon? Requiem, you're going in timeout again. Here's my moon. Put the moon on the ceiling, right? Put your moon on the ceiling, walk to one side of the room. Look at the moon. Walk to the other side of the room and look up to the moon. It's now, what was the top in the frame originally is now the bottom of the frame. That's why the moon appears upside down. There's only one side to the moon, hence why we only see one face of the moon. That's literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Why do we observe the moon upside down from the north and the south? It's not because you're upside down. You're staring at it from the opposite perspective. What becomes top in the frame now becomes bottom in the frame. Seriously, print out a moon, guys. Print out a moon, tape it to your ceiling. Walk to one end of the room, take a photo of the moon. Walk to the other end of the room, the opposite end of the room, take a photo of the moon. It's going to be upside down, guys. It's going to be upside down. It's pretty fucking easy. The fact that these super intelligent globe science people can't figure this out, what does that say about their overall intelligence? It means that they can't even entertain ideas that they don't accept. That's what Aristotle said. It's the mark of an intelligent man to be able to entertain ideas that you don't accept. You know how I became a flat earther? Because I started researching it with an open mind. I used to love the globe. I was fascinated by the globe and outer space, Star Wars. But when a friend of mine told me that the earth was flat, I didn't pretend to ask questions so I can make people look stupid, because that's what this is about. These 20 questions, these aren't like sincere questions. These are what they think are traps, and they're not traps. All these questions do, what are we on? What question am I on, like 8 or 9? All these questions do is display these people's own ignorance and inability to see both sides of a debate.
No, there are over 500 people from 38 countries who have been to space.
No, there's not. No, there's not. The only people who have ever claimed to have been past low Earth orbit are the Apollo astronauts. There is not a single other person that has claimed to be beyond low Earth orbit. The ISS, which is not real, is in low Earth orbit. It's not outer space. The only people to have ever been claimed to have gone past low Earth orbit were the Apollo astronauts, and that was a hoax. That was fake. This is a fallacy. All these people went to space, and then he's going to say private companies went to space. Those private companies are not private. Trust me. They work in conjunction with government agencies. They get government grant money. They're completely under control.
There's 72 different government space agencies, 31 private space flight.
If there are 72 independent space agencies around the world, why is it only NASA that's been to the moon? So you're praising 71 other space agencies who are 50 years behind on getting to the moon? If they're independent agencies, how come they haven't been there? Think about it. They're independent. There's nothing stopping them from going to the moon. Not even technology is preventing them from going to the moon. We did it 50 years ago. Technology only gets easier. You don't lose technology. It's bullshit. Bullshit. 71 other space agencies, no one's been to the moon.
Companies and 24 private endeavors, all of which are building rovers, landers, and probes.
No, they're not.
Now, this represents tens, if not hundreds of thousands of employees. NASA alone has 17,000.
Yeah, and you know what that does? That grows the government. That makes people dependent on government. That makes people dependent on the lies. Do you think any one of those 17,000 employees, and God knows how many more independent contractors they have, do you think any of those people are going to question what they've been told and claim that NASA's a lie when their paycheck, their pension, their family's well-being, all of it is dependent on the lie? It's all dependent on the lie.
Building equipment to meticulous specification based on universally applicable scientific principles. And this equipment has to be able to travel at mind-numbing speeds. It has to be able to sustain radiation and fluctuations in temperature. On top of that, it has to remain airtight.
There was nothing on the Apollo landers that would protect them from the radiation that this guy's talking about.
All of them in on it? And if so, how many of them can keep a secret?
It's not about being in on it and keeping a secret. It's that they're ignorant. They're brainwashed. They're not in on it. They're not keeping an elaborate hoax. They don't know any better. And most people never even thought to question it. It's hard to uncover a lie when you never even go to look for it. This is another fallacy. This is the fallacy that flat earthers believe that millions of people are in on this lie. No. Millions of people are just as brainwashed and indoctrinated and dependent on the lie, so they're not willing to look into it for the same reason people don't discover that they're plugged into the Matrix.
How are those at the top managing to fool every single one of their employees?
If the sun is rotating above the Earth in a circle, then how do you explain both solar and lunar eclipses? And
because the sun is not circling above the flat Earth at a constant altitude. The sun's altitude is constantly changing. It's much higher in the sky in June when it's over the Tropic of Cancer, when it's making tighter circles, and it's much lower in the sky in December when it's over the Tropic of Capricorn. Look at the dates of your solar and lunar eclipses. Then take what I said about the sun's altitude into consideration, and you will see that it's always logical. It is always logical. The sun is much higher in June when it's over the Tropic of Cancer, and it's much lower when it's over the Tropic of Capricorn, and it's making a wider circle. Just picture a dome. Picture a dome over this, right? The highest point of the dome is at the smaller circle, and the lowest point of the dome is at the bigger circle. So when the sun is circling here, it's lower in the sky. And when it's circling here, it's higher in the sky because of the shape of the dome. What else you got?
if the sun dips below the Earth to cast a shadow
Oh my God.
on the moon, then how come the entire Earth is never...
See this? No flat earther claims that the flat earth is a disk floating in outer space. No flat earther claims that the sun goes below this disk. This is just another straw man fallacy rooted from ignorance. This doesn't make you look good. Let's pretend the earth is a globe. All the flat earthers in the chat. Let's just pretend for a second that they're right. The earth is a globe. If the earth is a globe, why do they have to come up with straw men like this? Why are they debunking straw men and not debunking the actual theories, the actual arguments, the actual things that all the biggest flat earthers on YouTube actually say? I've never seen Eric Dubé pitch this. I've never seen Mark Sargent pitch this. I've never seen Jaron or Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole or anyone on Globebusters, not even Patricia Steer, not the Morguile or the Last Relevant Sage, or like, guys, there's been like there's a lot of flat earth channels. I can't name them all off the top of my head. Not a single one of them has ever presented this. Not a single one of them has ever presented this. And of course, the sun would not be this size in comparison to the earth in our model. So again, straw men on the scale.
And darkness at the same time. Instead, it's daytime in New York when it's nighttime in New Delhi.
Hell yeah.
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 The live footage of astronauts is fake because you can't see stars. But have you ever taken a picture or video of the night sky only to realize that your camera sensor just isn't set?
Okay, so again, this guy is trying to debunk the moon landing hoaxers, and he's doing that by setting up a common straw man that's often set up by these debunkers. Straw man is, he just said that we claim he's this ugly ass motherfucker. Look at this guy. He literally looks like the scientist from Independence Day that gets killed by the aliens and they talk through him, right? Release me. Release me. Peace. No peace. No peace. Look at this fucking guy. He's setting up a straw man. Nobody says that the video footage is fake only because we don't see stars. That's not why. That's a fallacy. If you want to know why the video footage is fake, go on YouTube and search William Cooper moon landing. And he'll explain to you why the video footage is fake. He'll explain to you why that an astronaut weighing 180 pounds would be able to do supernatural athletic feats on the moon, and that's not what we saw in the video. William Cooper proves that the video footage was not shot in 1/6 gravity. So let's pretend they were on the moon, but they calculated the gravity. Their theory on gravity was wrong. So let's say they actually went to the moon, but the gravity wasn't 1/6. It was more like 1/2. How come they didn't come back and report that? Either way, they're lying, because the gravity was not 1/6 the size. When you saw the dust fly up, the dust didn't float around. It fell right back to the ground. The astronauts were not able to jump high. Nothing on their movements showed that they weighed 30 pounds. 180 pound man would weigh 30 pounds on the moon and would be able to do supernatural things. So this guy is he's setting up a straw man. He's setting up a fallacy, saying that the only reason why the video footage is fake is because they can't see the stars. No, that's not even what flat earthers say. Flat earthers mention the stars because during those the post-moon landing interview of Buzz Aldrin and Michael Collins and Neil Armstrong, they couldn't get their facts straight. They were all contradicting each other. That's why we question the stars, is because they all contradicted each other.
Enough to capture these dim balls of light without increasing exposure time? Did you ever notice that it's daytime? The freaking sun is out. Of course you can't see other stars.
Additionally, if it is impossible for the Earth to be round because we don't feel it moving at the incredible speed it's moving, what's preventing us from feeling the force of the constantly accelerating flat Earth as it moves upward? And wouldn't this...
Not a single flat earther claims that the flat Earth is a flat disk that's rising through endless space. It's like I have to go Al Sharpton on these people to get the message across. Good Lord, no, not a single flat earther has ever claimed such a thing. I'm going to go full Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. This guy looks like the assistant, right? Al Borland from Home Improvement. With the beard and this hideous shirt. He's like, now. Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Tim Allen. That's good shit. Guys, why are these globetards constantly asking? Why are they constantly asking straw men? Straw man after straw man after straw man. That's pathetic. Because they don't want you to know the density buoyancy theory, electromagnetism. They don't want you to hear the truth because it makes too much fucking sense.
Sun and all of the other luminaries be having to move at the same rate so as to not either crash into the Earth or fly away forever, but why can't we observe that in any way?
Because no one's ever claimed that that's the case.
Stars and constellations we see in the southern hemisphere differ from those we see in the northern hemisphere.
I love that one. A lot of globetards think that there's like just two star maps. Just two set star maps, and you either see one or the other.
We observe that in any way.
Why do the stars and constellations we see in the southern hemisphere differ from those we see in the northern hemisphere?
They literally think that it's like the second you cross the equator, you see one or the other. No. You have a personal atmospheric dome, basically. You see the stars that are localized above your head in a circle with a radius of however the distance to the horizon is. You don't see all the stars in the sky at once. Never. You see the stars that are localized over your head. You can't see Polaris or the stars that are close to the North Pole when you're in the southern part of the Earth because it's too far away and it's not above your head. It's like this is the dumbest question.
When someone defends the concept of the flat Earth, I've often heard the argument being made that I trust my own eyes, but we know that our eyes can deceive us.
Okay, so she's going to say our eyes deceive us, so we can't trust our own eyes. Yet, they think sunset. They use Eratosthenes' sticks and shadows experiment as some sort of proof of the measurement of the Earth. But that experiment 2,000 years ago required trusting your eyes. He did not factor in refraction at all.
Magicians and illusionists wouldn't have careers. In fact, everything that we do perceive visually comes into our eyes upside down, backwards, and full of holes. It's our brains that do the hard work of constructing that into what we would call vision.
Did you have a stroke or do you have Bell's palsy? Like, what the fuck is wrong with your face, lady?
Why would you rely on something as fallible and subjective as visual perception and reject more precise and reliable forms of measurement to make your argument?
Oh, see, that was the appeal to like expertise. That was the appeal to you can't trust yourself. You have to trust all this all our special equipment. Yet she didn't name exactly what she would use. Like, and it's not just our eyes that we're trusting. Humans have more than one sense. We have more than 5 senses. Humans have like over 20 senses. Not one of them is going to say that the Earth is a spinning ball.
Union and the US were enemies during the Cold War, and we both had space programs. If one side claims the Earth was round and they were wrong, why wouldn't the other expose that?
Okay, so this is another fallacy repeated by sheeple globetard saying, you know, we were in a war with Russia, and if we went to the moon, then and it was fake, right? If Russia and the United States, if we were at war, then how come Russia didn't expose the fake moon landing? Because we are never at war. Hence, Cold War. It was never a real war. They were never going to fire shots. There was never any real threats. It was not a real war. Think about it, the war was a psychological war on the minds of the populations of the world. It was the Cold War that helped brainwash all the baby boomers into believing in outer space and the globe and the moon landing. They're on the same team. They were on the same team in World War II before the Cold War. They were on the same team down in Antarctica when they signed the Antarctic Treaty. They were on the same team on the so-called ISS. There's no war with Russia. It's such a fallacy that Russia would have exposed us. It's a new world order where nations come together in common cause to achieve the universal aspirations of mankind. We're going to serve a higher purpose, a shining purpose, the illumination of 1,000 points of light. What do you think about my George H.W. Bush impression?
Sun and moon.
Look at this guy. This is Ron Weasley dropped out of Hogwarts and started smoking crack in his mother's basement.
Aren't dropping below horizon, but just getting further away. Then why don't they all get tiny just before night? And why aren't they absolutely gigantic when they're right overhead?
Okay, so what this guy said, what this guy just said, there is video footage on Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole where he shows that when you're at a high altitude over land in a dry place with low humidity, you do observe the sun do exactly that. When you're viewing the sun set over an ocean, over water, over humidity, with refraction and atmospheric magnification and all that crazy optical illusion crap that happens at the horizon, that's why you don't see that. But the sun does disappear into a tiny little dot on the horizon when you're at a high enough altitude and you're in a dry enough setting.
Just getting further away. Then why don't they all get tiny just before night? And why aren't they absolutely gigantic when they're right overhead?
Most astronauts were Christian.
When the sun is directly over your head, you're looking through the least amount of atmosphere. When the sun is over at the horizon, you are looking through the most and the thickest atmosphere.
Including the Apollo 8 astronauts who read from the book of Genesis while orbiting the moon, and Buzz Aldrin who took communion before setting foot on the moon. If the round Earth is a satanic conspiracy, why aren't these Christian astronauts exposing it?
Those astronauts were not Christians. Another fallacy based on ignorance of history and religion and occultism. He actually claimed that 3 Freemason astronauts, high level, 32, 33rd degree Freemason Luciferians. You don't have to be a Christian to believe in Genesis. There are multiple religions and multiple groups who accept Genesis as truth. Reading Genesis does not make you a Christian, and being a Catholic certainly doesn't make you a Christian. Catholics aren't Christians. That whole guy's last question, if these astronauts are Christians, how come they didn't expose the lie? Because they're not Christians. They're occultists. They're Freemasons. They perform satanic rituals. This is a question based on your ignorance of how the world actually works. And it's actually quite cute. Your naivety is cute. It amuses me. It shows how little you know about the world and just how little you know about history.
Better yet, if it's a satanic conspiracy, why is it that the discoveries about the true nature of our planet and its place in the cosmos made by Nicholas Copernicus, Galileo, Hubble, and Newton were all by devoutly religious Christians?
No, they weren't. They were occultists. Newton tried turning mercury into gold and died eating mercury. Catholics aren't Christians, and these men were occultists, not Christians. This question is set up in a fallacy. Oh, Requiem, you're gone. You gotta love the Globetards who say, he's yelling at a cartoon. No, I'm not yelling at a cartoon. Cartoons aren't real, you fucking moron. That was an animation created by a man who was speaking for himself through a cartoon. I'm yelling at the person who was speaking. I'm not yelling at a cartoon, you fucking retard.
According to your model, is the moon a disk, an ethereal light, a projection, or a hologram? And in half of all flat Earth models, you have Australia all scrunched and wider than North America. How come flat Earthers can't seem to agree on one model?
Why can't flat earthers agree on one model? Well, one, because we've been infiltrated by disinformation agents designed to set up straw men theories for people like you to debunk. Two, because we don't subscribe to groupthink. You know, we're not pressured by peer pressure and the group think. So different flat earthers believe different things because we're all independent thinkers, unlike you people who just regurgitate nonsense. We're not totally sure what the moon is.
You have Australia all scrunched.
This was 4 questions in one, so that's really unfair.
An ethereal light, a projection, or a hologram?
Okay, so I happen to think the moon has one side. I think the moon is actually exactly like this children's toy. Moon in my room. We only see one side of the moon because there is only one side of the moon. I do believe that the moon is shaped like this and that it's somehow charged by the sun, like internally. Like I believe the light comes from within the moon, but I believe it's charged by the sun somehow. So basically, flat earthers, we don't agree on the same model because we're not brainwashed. We're independent thinkers. We've all done independent research and independent experiments, and we're not intimidated. Like the reason why all these people believe in the globe is because they think they have to in order to sound smart. They pride themselves on sounding smart, and to them, sounding smart is going with the mainstream, going with the majority, going with the status quo. So as long as they can regurgitate whatever the current consensus is, they don't actually have to think for themselves. They could just regurgitate what they consider facts. Memorizing facts and repeating them is not intelligence. A lot of flat earthers know facts. I know a lot of so-called facts about the globe. I can repeat a lot of facts. Doesn't make them truth. There's a difference between facts and truth. Literally, go read 1984. 1984 literally talks about the difference between facts and truth.
And in half of all flat Earth models, you have Australia all scrunched and wider than North America. How come flat earthers can't seem to agree on one model?
The best arguments I had heard against flat earthers.
All right, so guys, we've done 19 questions. I've answered all 19 and pointed out, multiple fallacies in each one of these questions. I've answered all of them. I think I've done more than adequate job. Yeah, want to beat Jeff Goldblum. And now we're on question 20.
Astrophysicist Dan Batcheldor. In order for the flat Earth theory to be correct, it would not only involve a conspiracy of world governments and the airline industry and every nation's space program and, you know, the makers and operators of all the satellites. Not only them, but it would also require a conspiracy within the flat Earth movement itself. Because if you had one flat earther located in New York and another one located in Los Angeles, and you were to ask both of them about the current altitude of the sun, the flat earther in Los Angeles would essentially have to lie to the flat earther in New York for the numbers to match up.
What?
So even within the movement itself, the flat earth movement, it simply makes no sense.
No, you make no sense. That whole question, I can't even answer that question because I don't know what the fuck you asked. I don't think you even asked anything. What you said was based on fallacies, misunderstandings, and it contradicted the girl earlier who said that we couldn't trust our eyes. Now you're saying that we have to trust our eyes. How come globetards can't agree on a theory? I like this girl. This girl's always coming up on my YouTube for like ads for like Amazon or I don't know. Someone track down this chick.
You should use Wikibuy.
Wikibuy!
It's an extension that automatically compares Amazon's prices with other sellers to see if there's a better price out there. It includes tax and shipping in that price, so you know.
Okay, I won't make you watch an ad on my live stream. That's just cruel.
Why do objects weigh 0.35% less at the equator than at the poles?
They don't.
This makes sense with centrifugal force on a spinning round globe, but not on a flat Earth model. Now before...
That's not true. That's not even a fact. And it contradicts all their other theories about how the atmosphere sticks to the Earth and how relativity and how you can't feel the spin. Like, they're constantly contradicting themselves.
Well, I want to give a very special thank you to all of the other YouTubers who submitted questions and participated in this collaboration. I've put all of their channel links in the video description below. They make some of the best content on this beautiful round Earth. Go subscribe. While I've spent the last several
What are you waiting for? Go suck your sodomite boyfriend's dick.
Many of you know that I was raised in a young Earth creationist family, and when it comes to math and science heavy topics, I still feel like I'm playing catch up. It's healthy skepticism based in scientific literacy that inoculates us against the dangerous pseudoscientific claims of cult leaders or alternative medicine quacks. When someone starts spouting
Guys, do you know the amount of coincidences that these globetards are forced to believe? That gravity cancels out the centrifugal force perfectly, even though they're forces that are not going in completely opposite directions. The centrifugal force kind of sends you outwards while gravity is pulling you straight down towards the center. So these two forces couldn't even cancel each other out perfectly evenly because they're going in they're not going in completely opposite directions. But you have to believe that gravity and centrifugal force are completely even. You got to believe that the sun is 400 times larger than the moon, but 400 times further away, so that the two bodies appear to be like the exact same size during the eclipse. You have to believe that the moon spins at the exact same rate that the Earth is spinning as the moon orbits, so that the same face of the moon is always facing the Earth, like tidally locked. Even though just the littlest, tiniest bit of imperfection of that would cause us to see different faces of the moon over time, yet we always see the exact same face of the moon. The exact same face. They claim we live in this random universe, and the Earth is spinning and orbiting, and then the sun is traveling through the galaxy, and the galaxy is traveling through the universe. Yet we can predict Halley's Comet? Really? Really? This is just batshit crazy. These globetards, man. They have to be paid. Videos like these are sponsored and paid for.